I remember in '65 when we lost to Essendon, and the wife and I were going home in the train from Richmond, and there was an old chap sitting in the corner, and he was crying his eyes out, and his wife saying, you know, there, darling, no. And he said, I thought I'd see them win a premiership before I died. And I often wondered, and I used to say to my late wife, I wonder if he was still alive in '66, you know, because he was very elderly. And he was crying his eyes out, and that's how much it meant to people. You know, that's how, like us as privileged, like yourself, us as privileged to be in the inner sanctum, we don't appreciate what it means to supporters. You know, the club means to supporters. Like, we've got one of the biggest supporter bases there are, but unfortunately they don't become members. If all our supporter base, every second person you talk to barracks for St Kilda, and if they all become members, we'd be stronger than Collingwood and Carlton and all these times, but they don't become members because we haven't had the success. You saw how our supporter base went up in '97 and 2000, you know, the other 2009, 2010. If we had success, we'd have a fantastic membership. But it means so much to people. You know, people come up to me. I'm a bloody nobody, and you know, and they, oh Kenny, how are you? You know, and you think you was a bloody Brownlow medalist sometimes, and I'm a bloody nobody. But that's how much it means to them. But us on the inner sanctum, you know, it's just Rualt, it's just Montaigne, it's just Baldock, and you know, it's just Doc. They're just mates to you, you know? And that's people saying to me, you know, why have you been there so long? You know, why do you don't get anything out of it and that sort of thing? I say, look, if I had all of Lindsay Fox's money, I couldn't buy what I've got out of being associated with football, St Kilda, or football in general. The people I've met, people that other people only see on TV or hear on the radio, g'day mate, they call me mate, you know, and they're friends with them. I go out with them. I've been out with bloody doctors and all sorts of things, only because I've been associated with football. And money can't buy that. Money can't buy that, you know. Oh no, it's been a great journey. The people, you know, people I've met and the things that I've got. For a bloke that couldn't bloody play, I was a park footballer and a mug park footballer at that. But to run out in that ground at the MCG, 110, 120,000 people. I always remember in '65, I was a trainer, and I said to one of the other trainers, over all the years I've heard about this, the ground, the noise of the crowd, you know, how it hits you in the ground. I said, I want to try and be out in the ground, you know, when the footy players come out. Well, in those days, the trainers used to come out before the players and walk around the ground, you know. That's how we used to have to do it. Come out in front. When your trainers come out, you knew the team wasn't far behind. And me and this other coach, Nash, we walked across the ground, and as fate would have it, we were right in the middle of the ground, and both Essendon and St Kilda ran out together. If I live to be 120, I'll never forget that, the noise of that crowd. It hit you just like a sledgehammer. And I understand now what the players meant by it when they said how it used to affect them, you know.